This is the overview of the TTK extramedullary jig. I'll just introduce the components of the jigs first, then I'll assemble it later on. This is the distal cutting block of the femur, if you can see. This is the anterior pinning for the jig. This is the EPCC cutting block, and this is the distal cuts for which the bushings are placed over here. Here are the posterior bushings and here are the distal bushings. And if you can see, these are the markings given over here. These are the basic components which are normally used in the TTK. These are here there are written 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. There are 5 sizes of TTK components for the distal femur. So we have given each different size for each distal femur. These are the instrument tools which are used to assemble this jig, and these are the bushings which helps in the varus, valgus, flexion extension and the rotations of the femur. So there is no need for the intramedullary jig. Now I'll show how the jig is assembled. First I'll take this, then I'll put this EPCC jig over here. This is the stylus which rests on the anterolateral cortex of the femur. I have locked this stylus. So for a patient, say there is AP distance 61. So if you can see, I'll just lock the jig at 61. I have locked this so it will not move. Now this anterior cutting block will rest on the jig like this. So this becomes the jig. Now there are certain bushings associated with this. A patient has a posterior 2 lateral bushing, so of the left side, so it will rest like this on the distal side, and posterior 5 medial, so it will rest on this part. So the jig is ready. This becomes the patient specific extramedullary jig of the patient. Now we have to just rest it on the distal femur, which becomes 5-point system, which means the stylus rests on the distal femur. These 2 parts rests on the distal femur, and these 2 parts rest on the posterior part of the distal femur. So you have to just make it rest on the distal femur like this. I'll just show you a quick demo. This is a bone model of the patient. You have to just make it rest like this. So 2 pins on the top and 2 pins on the front. By this jig, everything is controlled. Your flexion extension, your varus valgus, and even the rotations of the femur. After placing the pins, you have to dismantle the jig. When you remove the jig, there are 2 pins over here, which you have to place it for the distal femur. You place it like this, and then you take the distal cut.